Hi, my name is Chris Luke, and I'm looking at this Yamaha instrument today. It's a YS26. So the first thing I do when I pick up a new instrument or any instrument to check if it's working properly is I play down to its lowest note. In this case, it's a B flat major scale. So I'll show you how that works. And in fact, I do this quite fast, and if I do it really fast, I know everything's working. So that type of effect. And generally, if that happens and the low B flat falls out very nicely and easily, I know that the horn's in great condition, everything's sealing. It's a really well working horn, and that's exactly the experience I had with this horn this morning when I picked it up for the first time. And then I tend to test the next low note. So once I've checked the low notes, the low B flat and the low B, I'm satisfied that the horn seals and it responds very well. So from there, I just run through kind of all the keys to get a feel for the horn, you know. You can hear how easily the sound falls out of this instrument, right? And then I check the high register. For instance, that, and that's a harmonic note on the top. And once I'm satisfied that the bottom end responds and the top end responds, I really know that I'm in a good place with the horn, and it certainly is the case with this instrument. So what you don't want to hear when you pick up a new instrument is notes not sounding. So if you run down to your bottommost note, which would be B flat or the B, you'll find that they won't play. You'll kind of get an effect where you get halfway through the scale, and then as you're going down, the notes will just stop playing. That means there's a leak or there's a fault somewhere on the instrument. This is certainly not the case with this instrument. And then, of course, the high register could possibly squeak. If there's a fault in the top part of the instrument, you'll go for a high note and you'll hear quite a loud or vicious squeak coming out of the reed. It means that the air is not channeling through the instrument in the right way. The other thing that's very important is key configuration. So on some very cheap saxes, you'll find that the keys stick out in funny places. As you run your fingers down the configuration, you'll find that your fingers don't sit nicely on them. That's not the case here. These keys are absolutely well set, well balanced, well placed, and as you run your fingers down, there almost seems to be no problem whatsoever. They just land squarely on all the little key flaps that have been created and so on. So those are basically the three things I'm looking at when I'm picking up a new horn: the low register, the high register, and just the comfortability of the key configuration.